I've done work for the shogunate. My sword was put to use strictly for greed and power. I can no longer accept this. My ancestors are deeply ashamed of my spirit. My spirit feels corrupted.
Trained in the ways to engage, swords clash, command foot soldiers and riders on horseback. Whenever the shogun went on a warpath, the town not paying tribute was enough for him to issue what seemed like a death sentence for all those individuals. Now the first time was a town outside of Edo. I still hear the screams and the woman begging to spare a 3-year-old as the children were the first to go. It was a cold winter, and I remember the snow. The ice built up around my heart as time went on. Dead eyes, I never did it with glee. Something on the inside that died in me. Death was the only gift I could bring. Steadily building the overflow of a blood red sea. I took an oath of Bushido, the warrior's code, to protect those suffering under tyranny. The hypocrisy exposed. I'm just the only with the sharp sword and fancy silk clothes who lost all the values he holds, cause the shogun promised him gold in exchange for my soul. Fame and riches, grant all your wishes. Lose your soul on this expedition. Decapitate the innocent, you also end up headless. A samurai, you're on a short leash. You only follows the commands when his lord speaks. Is poor and weak. A Ronin keeps his sword sheath and only uses weapon to slay the only and other demonic beasts. Other demonic beasts. Fame and riches, grant all your wishes. Lose your soul on this expedition. As before I said, I was trained to cut the muscle against the grain. Command that comes in the battle plane. Live life the warrior's way and die in a glorious way. Man, shit's really changed. I got renown, but it also came with the collar and chain. The bottles of soju with sake only dulls the pain. The pretty geishas naked giggling, legs splayed. For harakiri I couldn't do it, stuck in my cowardly ways. I just pray that I'll be raised by a big tsunami wave to wash me away to a watery grave. Going to hell, I deserve this, so this I wasn't afraid. My ancestors spirits enraged visited me in a dream and gave me a new use for my blade. Either drown in the Red Sea or bring life for better days. I accepted and awoke a new feeling, my spirit ablaze. Fame and riches, grant all your wishes. Lose your soul on this expedition. Decapitate the innocent, you also end up headless. A samurai, you're on a short leash. You only follows the commands when his lord speaks. Is poor and weak. A Ronin keeps his sword sheath and only uses weapon to slay the only and other demonic beasts. The shogun, full of pride, would never let me walk off and retire. One of the 5 best warriors in the empire. Master tactician, I was essential to his selfish and greedy vision. That's why he kept me locked up in a posh prison. I had to conspire as I burned with fire to cut his throat and goes and be a shadow as my senses awoke. I called a meeting about a rebellion in the southerly region. I dismounted from my horse and said I needed to speak to him privately in his court. He took his guard, which I already planned for number 5. I knew there'd be no match for my sword. Thinking after I cut them down, I make sushi out the Lord. We entered the court and they barred the doors. He noticed something in my eyes, cause I was usually cold like frost. That's when he demanded guards take my sword. I was calm and cool as they surrounded me and began to move forward. Shing, a bright flash, 2 of them had their heads detached. The other 3 panicked and reached for where their swords were at. I was too fast, one stabbed in the chest, other in the pancreas, and the last got triple slashed in his abs. Oh no, this is bad, said the shogun, thinking I gone mad. But in reality I go back to the code of Bushido, creating the legend of Brosé, the black Ronin anti-hero. Fame and riches, grant all your wishes. Lose your soul on this expedition. Decapitate the innocent, you also end up headless. A samurai, you're on a short leash. You only follows the commands when his lord speaks. Is poor and weak. A Ronin keeps his sword sheath and only uses weapon to slay the only and other demonic beasts. Other demonic beasts. Fame and riches, grant all your wishes. Lose your soul on this expedition.